Hello and welcome back to Boring Dad Gaming, where today we're going to be playing some more Rosewater. We're getting close to our destination. Let's have a quick look at the map first of all, see where we are. We're at Hellfire Pass, so we just come out, we tried to take a detour through the mountains to get around the bridge. They said they went north. I don't quite get from the map where they went, unless it was kind of like maybe just around here sort of thing. Where we ran into the commune that was harbouring a bit of a dark secret that we brought into the light, and well, the commune is not going to be sort of capturing people on the road anymore, hopefully. But yeah, so we're probably over 2/3 of the way to Lamplight City now. It remains to be seen how much longer the road trip is. Maybe once we're past Hellfire Pass, it'll speed up a little bit, because I think this section between here and here was pretty much one sort of traveling section with this. Although, I was going to say Nadine's missing, but I was just standing in front of her. I can't remember who was the last person we chatted with. Let's just chat with
Phil?
Harley?
We could talk about his naked
I
modelling.
hope your modeling experience wasn't too harrowing.
I confess it was rather awkward at first. But in truth, it was no different to fighting alongside my compadres in battle. We are at our most vulnerable, conquering our fears. It does wonders for camaraderie.
I'm sorry things with Eliza didn't work out for you.
I thought I glimpsed in her a kindred spirit, a zeal for community, a sense of care for her fellow man. But it seems that the fire in her eyes was something else.
Mania.
We'll talk more later.
I look forward to it.
What about Nadine?
Hey, Nadine.
Hello, Harley.
It's a good thing we got away from New Bethel. For a while, I wasn't sure we ever would.
It's really a shame. It seemed like such a promising place. To think I was seriously considering staying there. Painful as I'm sure it was for them. I'm glad you exposed the truth. A life of deceit is not worth living.
What the?
Something wrong?
Some fellers on horseback are blocking the pass up ahead.
I'll have a look. Is there some trouble?
No trouble at all. Let us keep it that way, huh? I'm Agent Carson of the Blackburn Investigation Bureau. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
What's this about?
I will explain everything. First, I must ask that you and everyone inside the wagon kindly step outside. Come out quickly, please. No fuss.
So I guess these guys are like the Pinkertons?
I appreciate your cooperation. I will be brief.
How can we be of service?
We heard you stole a
As
dog.
I told you, driver, this won't take long. I have a few questions. First off, where are you folks headed?
We're going to El Presidio.
I see. For what purpose?
Treasure hunting.
Just looking to conduct some business.
Where did you set out from?
We're coming from Rosewater.
I see. You've had a long journey. You must have encountered quite a number of people on your trip, yes?
A few? Why do you ask?
We're looking for some folks, and I wonder if you might have seen them. Easy now, pup. No need for all that. Control
good
your
sign.
animal, would you?
The dog doesn't seem to care for you.
No? Well, let's get to the heart of it.
Shh, Lisa Lou. There's a good girl.
We are tracking a couple of men.
They must be dangerous fellers if you Blackburns were called in.
Quite. These men are ruthless bandits who raided an army supply wagon. The attack happened near Rosewater, and as it happens, you folks are coming from there. So naturally, I must ask if you know anything about the incident.
No, but you said it was just two men you were after?
They are the ones we believe responsible. They may have accomplices. See, a trapper family reported they'd camped a few days ago with some folks fitting our description. They said they were traveling in a wagon,
Ruh-roh.
much like this one, bound for El Presidio.
And what is the description of these men?
One's a tall white man with brown hair and a well-trimmed mustache. The other's a short, swarthy New Spanish fellow with a beard.
Look, I don't know what to tell you, gents.
Oh, I believe you do, Mr. Ackerman. In fact, I would be very interested in hearing your account. That goes for Mr. Marquez, and the rest of your party as well. Will you quiet that mongrel?
Lisa, shh, girl.
Now, if you'll all kindly step away from the wagon, hands where I can see them. We will start our questioning with Mr. Ackerman.
And then what? Jail?
No, Mr. Marquez. Do you take us for the provincial sheriff? Besides, the jails are much too crowded with lowlifes these days, don't you think? Countries full of vagrants and foreigners. You really stepped in it when you decided to pick off that wagon. Truly, you did. Did you know
Nobody
who
saw
you were
us,
messing
though.
with, I wonder?
Something's going on here. We know there's something
You'll
fishy
tell
going
us
on
all
with that.
about it.
Army
And then we will
supplies.
see that you don't tell anyone else. Quicker we do this, the better for all of us. Believe me.
I think we need to kill these guys, don't we?
I said shut that beast up. Williams, take care of it, would you?
You dare. And no, we'll be taking you down. That's it.
Take cover.
Nobody shoots the dog.
Everyone's still alive?
For the moment.
Anybody seen Jake and Nadine?
I can go look for them.
Not until we do something about these Blackburns.
It doesn't add up. We robbed an army wagon, sure. But why call in the Blackburns? If the army wants us, why not send soldiers?
Good question. Maybe we can ponder that later if we're not dead.
There is something sus going on. Okay, well, what do we got? We can talk to people, or I can... Okay, well, we might need Danny to kind of cover
Danny?
our exit.
Are you okay?
This is just like it happened last time.
You mean with Petey and your old gang?
Yeah. I hid then too. Left them all to die.
Look, we can survive this, but we need you. Nobody can shoot like you can.
I don't know that I can.
What do you mean? You're a great shot.
Yes, but only with bottles and juggling balls. I've never shot a person before. Not for real.
He's not in the mood.
Okay, what about Marquez? I feel like if we try and get across
This is
that
not
gap,
the
we'll be
best
shot.
time, Harley. What do you want?
Got anything on you that could help?
As a matter of fact, I do. Here,
Your flask?
liquid courage. Does wonders.
Thanks. So, General, battlefield assessment? What do we do here?
If we could take them all out at once, we might stand a chance. But my dynamite is back with the wagon.
I could go get it.
You think you can make it there?
Got any better ideas?
I do not.
Where do you keep the dynamite?
In a storage trunk, on the back right, behind the rear wheel.
I'll need some cover to get to the wagon. Can you help?
I am not well positioned for that here. One of the others would be better.
Hanging in there, Phil?
For now.
All right.
Miss Johnson?
What?
What happened to Lisa Lou?
Yeah, is the dog
Last
okay?
I saw she ran under the wagon.
Have you got anything that might help?
Yes, and I'm shooting with it. Quit distracting me.
How many are we up against?
5 left. You could help us out here.
I'm gonna try and make it back to the wagon. Can you cover me?
This gun's got limited range. Don't recommend it.
You okay?
I'm being shot at. What do you think?
Danny? I need you to cover me while I run to the wagon. You don't have to try to hit anyone. Just lay down some fire to keep them from shooting back. Can you do that?
Yeah, all right. I don't think I'll be able to cover you the whole way, though.
Better than nothing. Thanks.
All right, let's get out of here. Thanks, Danny. For nothing. Oh.
A patch of dry dirt on the forest floor. These woods are lousy with Blackburn agents.
Maybe we just have to time it. Wait till he's... that might be pausing it. Wait till he's ducked down again. Right, go. No. Oh.
Thanks for the cover, Danny.
Oh, okay, Danny was covering us. Okay, good. Oh shit.
Damn. Carson's over there. Guess he's too far for Danny. I need to distract him somehow.
Okay, what have I actually got? Well, I've got this hip flask. Can you sit with that?
Damn.
Feed our burgeoning alcoholism. What if we...
Sorry, Phil, but desperate times and all that. Yuck.
A patch of wet mud. Maybe I throw it at the...
All right, Harley. If ever there was a time to make your aim count, this is it. Hey, Carson! Got him. He ran farther into the woods. I should be clear to get closer to the wagon now.
Okay, good stuff. Alright.
If only it were that.
Okay, move there first then.
Not far to the wagon now. Nadine, are you okay?
Yes, I'm unhurt. What about you and the others?
All accounted for except Jake.
I think he's up near the front of the wagon. We need to do something about these men.
Working on it.
Alright, let's take this stick. I'm sure that'll be helpful.
Hey, Nadine,
Yes?
you said you saw Jake at the front of the wagon?
He ran that way when the shooting started. He dropped his hat in the commotion. I picked it up for him. Seems silly. I just did it without thinking.
Think I could hold on to Jake's hat for a spell?
Of course. Here it is.
You haven't been hit or anything.
Still okay. The others?
Well, Danny's having something of a crisis.
Poor Danny. None of us were prepared for this.
Phil's had an idea to get rid of the Blackburns. He needs some dynamite from that trunk behind the rear wheel.
How will you get over there?
Still trying to figure that out. Think you can make it to the trunk?
Not while that man has a clear shot at me. I might be able to if you can distract him.
Yeah, so I think we got what we need. So we're gonna combine these two.
Nope, this works as a decoy.
Yeah. And then we'll decoy
Okay, Nadine.
the Blackburn man.
I've got an idea. I'm going to get Carson's attention with this. While he's distracted, you make a break for the trunk.
Okay.
Ready? Here we go. Nice going. Now toss me a stick of dynamite, would you? Thanks. Sit tight and keep your head low. I'll get this back to Phil.
All right. Good luck, Harley.
Mission accomplished. Got the dynamite.
Excelente. Give it here.
Catch!
Everyone down! And cover your ears! Dynamite! Run! Anda! That has taken care of them.
Nice work, Mr. Marquez.
Gracias.
That's all of them?
All the ones I saw. Carson, you're the last one standing. Give yourself up while you got the chance.
All right, damn you. I know when I'm beat.
Come on. Let's find Nadine and Jake.
No sudden moves. You're outgunned.
I am well aware of the situation, ma'am. I hope you all realize just how much trouble you're in. You've killed 4 good men. My client will be very displeased to learn of this.
And just who is this client?
Please, when you engage the Blackburns, you can be assured of confidentiality above all else. You may kill me, but you'll get nothing out of me.
Enough, Leger. We need to end this.
Yes, make an example of him. Send a message to his client.
We don't have to kill him. The Blackburns aren't well liked in El Presidio. We could turn them into the police there. Whoever sent them, it wasn't lawful. They tried to murder us.
Do what you like. It won't make a lick of difference.
Let's take his gun first.
Before doing anything, we need to disarm him.
One last thing before you do.
I mean, Lola's got a shotgun trained on him. Why isn't she shooting him?
Are you alright? Say something.
Give her some space. I will try to stop the bleeding.
I'm going to check the wagon, see if I can find Jake. Stay with us, Nadine. Please. Jake!
Oh, Harley. Glad to see you in one piece. Things got real rough back there, but we made it out all right. Everyone is all right, right?
No, everyone's not all right. Nadine's been shot.
Oh. Damn.
Yeah.
Well, she's a strong one, and brimming with all that medical know-how. She'll pull through for sure.
Things might have gone better if you'd been around to help. Where were you when the shots started flying?
Me? Oh, well, I was holding a position at the front of the wagon, you see. I was aiming to push forward, looking for my opening. Then you folks took care of everybody. Mighty impressive how you handled yourselves, I must say.
Mm-hmm.
You're acting stranger than usual. What's going on?
Now, Harley, that ain't a very nice thing to say. We've just been ambushed and nearly killed by the Blackburns. Blood's still pumping a mite hot, you know. Being shot at'll do that to you.
Are you... running away?
What? Preposterous. Gentleman Jake does not run away.
Then what are you doing?
Why, I'm acting in accordance with my true nature.
He's a yellow belly.
Coward, Harley.
Yeah.
What?
Told you.
Don't make me say it again.
So you are running away.
That is about the long and the short of it.
Why?
I already told you. Now just let me tuck my tail under and go, would you? Do we need to drag this out?
Hang on. What about Clark's stash?
Shoot, look. There never was a stash, all right?
What?
The job was to track down Clark himself and deliver him to the client. There was always going to be a payday at the end, but nothing more or less than payment for services rendered. The whole treasure hunting deal was just a way to spice things up, make it more interesting. This was meant to be a simple job. Find out where Clark went, get paid. Nobody said nothing about crossing the army or getting shot at by goddamn Blackburns.
So the great Gentleman Jake turns tail as soon as things get rough? What about all those legendary feats?
Legends, as you say. Tall tales to liven up the stage.
I think we'd already guessed as
I'm
much.
a showman, after all.
So, the Bleachbone Gulch showdown?
Only reason I was last man standing is because I hid behind a rock. And that's the shameful truth.
And the duel with Billy Boakes?
His gun jammed. Otherwise, I'd have been a goner.
And what about that Gentum mine you found? For the orphans?
Never happened. Hope there's no hard feelings.
You can't just up and leave. Not after all we've been through.
I was never much for sentimentality, Miss Leger. We had some good times, sure. But the truth is, you're all better off without me.
What about Danny?
That is not
We're gonna
true.
walk away and leave him behind like this?
The kid deserves a better life than following an old fool like me around. A chance to bolster his confidence and make something of himself. Hell, just knowing you folks these past few days has given him that much. Well, I'd best be off. Good luck getting to El Presidio.
Wow. Wasn't expecting him to leave, I must say. Wonder if you've seen the last of him.
How is she?
Hanging on, but barely.
Nadine? Nadine!
We have to get her to El Presidio. She needs a hospital.
But first we have to hide these bodies, so more Blackburns do not come after us. Where is Jake, by the way?
He left. Turns out he was no hero after all.
He what?
Oh, carajo. This day just keeps getting worse. Well, sooner we get this done, the better.
Nadine. We almost lost Nadine. She's still fighting for her life, but we're going to get her help. She has to pull through. It can't end like this. Jake's gone too. Damn him. Anyway, we finally made it. El Presidio.
Well, there we go, we're here.
We were supposed to pick up Dr. Clark's trail here at the Jolly Good Club, but I'm not sure what good that will do us now. Those of us who are left. Everything's changed.
There she is, El Presidio.
It's grown since I was last here.
Cities have a habit of doing that.
Shouldn't be too tough to find our way around. We just need to find a safe place to park the wagon.
Oh no, this is the end of the line for me.
What?
I'm getting Nadine to the hospital. That's as far as I go. Our business is concluded.
But I thought...
No hard feelings, Leger. The journey's been interesting for sure. Good luck finding that fortune of yours.
Wow.
What
Three left.
next?
Suppose we should find a place to stay. We'll need to plan...
Good evening. I'm terribly sorry to interrupt, but are you Miss Harley Leger?
Have we seen him somewhere before? I can't remember.
Say, you look familiar. I've seen you before.
That is entirely possible, Miss Leger. I do believe we were in Rosewater at the same time. My name is Timothy King. I've been sent to welcome you to our fair city.
Thanks?
My employer is quite keen to meet you and your associates. There's a carriage waiting to take us to the offices of Vespuccia Petrol. Please, follow me if you would.
Yeah, okay.
Lead the way, Mr. King.
Splendid.
Is it the old lady we saw getting into a carriage outside the saloon in Rosewater? Yeah, I think it is.
They're here, ma'am.
Thank you, Timothy. Miss Leger, please come in.
I wonder if she's the one who originally
Welcome
hired
to El
Jake.
Presidio. I hope your journey here wasn't too unpleasant.
Just who in the ether are you?
I appreciate you must have many questions, Miss Leger. I shall gladly answer them, but first permit me to ask one of my own. Where is Mr. Ackerman?
I haven't a clue. We were attacked by the Blackburns and he turned tail and ran.
I see. Pity for him. This is a blatant breach of contract.
Yeah, I
Beg
thought so.
pardon?
My name is D.W. Shaw. I am the owner and operator of Vespuccia Petrol. Last week, I met with Mr. Ackerman in Rosewater to discuss a business proposition. I engaged his services to track down Dr. Bennett Clark and bring him to me. A few days ago, I received a letter informing me he was on his way here along with the team he had assembled. He seemed confident you had found a significant lead as to Clark's whereabouts. But now... you tell me he has abandoned your group and the assignment. This puts me in a rather awkward position. But perhaps all is not lost. You've come this far. I see no reason why you can't finish what Mr. Ackerman started. My agreement with him was quite clear. 25,000 crowns in
that's
exchange
quite a
for
lot.
bringing me Dr. Clark. The same agreement applies to the three of you.
So you're telling me Clark's still alive?
Alive, and ironically, somewhere in El Presidio. What exactly was this lead you found?
Right before he disappeared, Dr. Clark was invited to stay at the Jolly Good Club.
Ah, yes, I know it. Quite exclusive. I myself have never set foot inside. You intend to search for him there?
Seems the best option.
Very good. You'll find the club on Cedar Avenue between Gull and Hare Street. In the meantime, I will ensure your stay here is comfortable. I've reserved rooms at the Presidio Hotel on the other side of town. You must be exhausted. I'll have Timothy summon a coach. Enjoy your rest. Should you need to speak with me again, you may return here. Good night to you.
Okay, well, we're still on the case then.
I can't remember the last time I slept in such a comfortable bed.
Neither can I.
So, what is our plan for tonight?
To see what we can find out at the Jolly Good Club.
Okay, but it's exclusive, so we're going to need to find a way in, aren't we? But what do we got here? Let's have a look
A
round.
painting of a city street at night. The architecture looks more like something you'd see back east. A snowy winter scene must count as an exotic landscape around here. A painting of an ore mine. Maybe it's meant to be motivational? It's not that cold out, but a fire still feels nice. A full day's sleep did me good. Bizarre, enormous creature. Don't know what I'd do if I met that out in the woods. A portrait of a young soldier in uniform, practically still a kid. A bowl of fresh tropical fruit for the hotel guests. This banana looks nice and ripe.
Take it.
Don't mind if I do.
It looks red. Why is it red?
I've never seen a banana with a red peel before.
We've still got Nadine's. Is it a coyote that she made us, or is it a fox? I'm not sure.
It's a sketch of something.
I think it was the coyote
I
story,
can't
wasn't
tell
it? So
what.
I guess that's what it is.
Big family. Maybe the hotel owners?
Okay, let's talk to the guys before we head out then.
Hey, Danny?
Yes, Harley.
Sorry about Jake. You must be real busted up about it.
I was, at first. The more I thought about it, the more I realized how obvious it should have been he was full of hot air. Having me do all the shooting, never a shred of proof to back up his stories. I thought working for him was the first stepping stone on some longer path. I thought I had so much to learn from him. Guess he taught me a lesson in the end, all right.
What do you suppose Nadine's chances of recovery are?
She wasn't looking too good when we parted ways, but Miss Johnson seemed determined to get her the care she needed. And Miss Johnson's a tracker, right? If she's looking for something, she finds it. At least, I hope so. Nadine deserves a second chance.
Miss Johnson really went through it with us. Hope she'll be okay.
I think she will be. At the very least, she's got a new dog friend to keep her company.
What do you suppose Shaw's interest in Dr. Clark is?
Could be anything, really. But I'm guessing it has to do with making her money.
Probably. Alright, let's have a chat with
Hey,
Phil.
Phil? Can you believe that, Jake? How could he just leave us like that?
I feel like such a fool, believing he was any different than Stokes. Why are all the men in this country so lacking in decency and valor?
Hey! I'm not.
True, he's
Certainly
not.
not, my friend. Vespuccia could use more men like you.
Do you think Nadine will recover from her wound?
It looked very bad, but I have seen men rise again after receiving worse. At least she made it through the wilderness and is receiving treatment in a real city. This is cause for hope.
I hope Miss Johnson will be all right.
I would not worry about her. Some creatures are pack animals, like wolves, and some are solitary hunters, like pumas. Lola Johnson is a puma if ever I met one.
Or a cougar.
She knows how to look after herself.
Any theories on why Shaw's so interested in Dr. Clark?
There was a fire in her eyes, a passion. Many people lost loved ones in that disaster. If she suffered a loss, she might wish to use her wealth to purchase a measure of revenge. It is a theory.
Alright, well I think
We should get a move
head
on.
out. We've got a lead to follow, the Jolly Good Club. We know where it is now. I wonder how much of the city is going to be explorable. I guess we'll see.
It's full of tools. Good evening, sir.
Hello. What can I do for you?
What are you working on up there?
Just fixing the hotel sign. New management's looking to spruce the place up. Promised me a new tool set, too. Can't complain.
Something wrong with your current tools?
They're old and rusty. Need a replacing years ago. But hey, better late than never, huh? I'm most looking forward to a new drill. Old one could hardly make a hole in a bar of soap.
Can't place his accent. It sounds like almost Dutch. It's weird.
Got any tips for what to do and see around here?
First time visiting, huh?
First time a
Annabelle
visiting,
Square
eh?
Park is a nice spot to relax. Closed after dusk, of course. I'd say the wharf's the beating heart of the city. But it
Kinda
gets
bit Irish
pretty
in
rough
places.
at night. It's just northeast of here. For a taste of the Far East, there's Chinatown. That's on Annabelle Square Road between Finch and Gull. Communicating with the folks there can be a challenge. Although, I suppose your friend could help.
Thanks. That's very helpful.
I don't think Marquez can speak Chinese.
Are you familiar with the Jolly Good Club?
Sure, I've heard of it. Real fancy place in the north part of town. Never been inside. That sort of place ain't for people like me. No disrespect, but I doubt they let you in either.
Have you heard of Dr. Bennett Clark?
Can't say I have. Sorry.
Thanks for the chat. I'll let you get back to work.
Evening to you.
Okay, so he's given us a few tips about places to go, so let's look at the
Vespuccia Petrol Building. Shaw really does have a great view of the city, when it's not all blocked by fog, anyway.
Alright, but we exit this way. Gonna get a map of the city, maybe? Ish, yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. Zooming out. Okay, so what do we got? We got that. There's the part. Do I? Oh god, goodness me. There's more. Can I zoom out? Oh god. Wow. All right. What about search area?
Nothing remarkable here.
So I wasn't paying attention to like the street names. What we got there? Well, let's go here and see what this is. It's the wharf, isn't it? That's the one place we were told not to go.
Madre mia. So many people.
Watch yourselves, friends. Big cities aren't always kind.
Alright, what do we got?
They're giving those documents some serious contemplation.
This guy's proposing to this guy?
These two are engaged in some highly emotional quarrel. An attorney's office. I'll be sure to stay far away. She's just doing her job. She's shaking out some linens or sending secret signals across the way. He's sleeping one off.
What about these guys?
You're tying one on and watching the world go by. She's minding her own business, but that one fellow seems very interested. Hard to tell which is more the ass.
Harsh Harley. Okay, go in the pawn shop.
Look at all this trash.
Seems there wasn't enough wall space for these. Cheap art. The kind you'd expect to see, well, in a pawn shop. Lots of different types of lamps. These look expensive. Probably not the wisest idea to keep them so close to the door. Everything you'd need to start your own farm.
And your own band.
If we don't find Clark, maybe we could start a band. A collection of rather creepy dolls. I hate the way their eyes seem to follow me. A bunch of seafarers' trinkets. Captain Boylan would love these. An authentic bone china tea set. Hate to see the price tag. Do you seek work? Find your way. Approach a laborer and say, I am a stranger. Curious.
What was that again?
Do you seek work? Find your way. Approach a laborer. Curious.
Okay.
It's way too faded to read. Ask about our special behind-the-counter items.
Guns.
A variety of pistols under lock and key. Proprietor, Meredith Benelli. Benelli, huh? I wonder. Repeaters, rifles, and shotguns. Good thing they're locked up.
So we got a couple of letters to deliver, haven't we? Do we know where they're going?
A letter from Cormac addressed to Vespuccia Petrol in El Presidio.
Okay, well, we know where that is. What about this one?
It's addressed to the widow Benelli. There's no specific address. It just says El Presidio.
That's where we'd heard the name. Okay.
Yes, can I help you?
You wouldn't happen to have been married to a man named Michael Benelli?
You knew my husband?
No, but I recently met his former captain.
What? Captain Boylan? He's alive?
Yes, it's a long story.
Please, spare me. I've no need to dredge up the past.
Actually, Captain Boylan gave me a letter addressed to you.
Did he now?
Do you want it?
I suppose I'll take it. I'm not sure what that man could possibly have to say to me. Might answer some questions I've had all these years. My thanks to you.
You've got an impressive selection, but I was wondering what you had behind the counter.
Got some jewelry, some repair kits, and a set of lockpicks.
I could use the lockpicks. What's the price?
Normally 10 crowns, but I'll let you have them for half since you were kind enough to bring me that letter.
We can spare that.
Okay, I'll take the lockpicks.
And there you go. Just don't even think of using them here.
So, main reason I got the lockpicks, aside from the fact that in adventure games, if someone offers you something specific, you take it, was in her journal. She had like a page of locks and how to get into them, which we haven't had to do yet, but we might have to do in this section of the game. Also, talking about the journal, I had a couple of comments of people sort of saying, oh, you know, why aren't you reading the journal? The truth was, I just didn't realise it was there, despite the fact it says journal updated in the corner. I didn't think it was actually, you know, Harley's narrative on events, which it is. So I thought maybe at the end of each episode moving forward, I'll kind of read a few entries from her journal and kind of catch up to present day over the course of a few episodes. But we'll do that. We'll do that at the end of the episode anyway. I know some people like for me to read stuff out kind of long form, and others not for them, and that's absolutely fine. So I'll do it at the end. So you've got a choice, basically.
Quite a shop you've got here.
Glad you like it.
How did the ship get up here on land?
The city extended the shoreline when it built the new breakwater. Brought the land to the ship. About that time, some big trading company went bankrupt and couldn't pay the upkeep on its derelicts. So the harbor authority seized them, converted them to lodgings and shops.
Anything you can tell a first-time visitor about this city?
If you're not feeling it in your legs yet, you will soon. Something to look forward to. Honestly, who thought it would be a good idea to build a city in such a hilly place?
Romans.
Know anything about the Jolly Good Club?
Never heard of it, sorry.
Oh, maybe we can sell some of the stuff
something to
that we're
sell.
carrying around.
Okay, what?
What about the old Spanish coin?
How much is this old Spanish doubloon worth?
Where did you find this?
Buried in the desert, if you can believe it.
Not bad. I can give you 45 crowns for it.
Sounds
Sold.
good to me.
Ooh, we're rich.
I have something to sell.
Okay, what?
What about the arrowhead?
What will you give me for this ancient arrowhead?
Depends. Where did it come from?
It was buried in the desert near Rosewater.
Well, I don't know how ancient it is. 20 crowns. And that's generous.
Sold.
I'll take it. I have
let's
something
keep
to
going.
sell.
Because I think some of this
Okay,
stuff is
what?
just optional stuff that we found. What about the
Will
petrified
you
wood?
take this piece of petrified wood?
Sure. Could make a decent paperweight, I guess. Best I can do is 5 crowns.
Damn,
That'll
she drives
do.
a hard bargain. Fine. And how much for the tea
I have
caddy?
something to sell.
Okay, what?
I have this tea caddy. How much would you say it's worth?
That is a rather nice piece. I can pay you 16 crowns for it.
You've got a deal.
Okay, I was going to say no to that actually, but never mind.
Appreciate the help.
Sure.
Okay, so we're a bit lighter now. Got some lockpicks, which is kind of cool.
Not the best quality lockpicks, but they'll do in a pinch.
Let's actually have a look at that page in her journal again where she talks about the lockpicks. So one, kind of like a plate lock, warded lock. No key for me. Turn the hook. No key for me. Turn the hook freely. Okay, padlocks. Wiggle the key to start the fun, and take the snake for a long, long run. Okay, deadbolts. Tense the key and choose the snake. Look round as you give it a shake. Tumbler locks. The key stays still, the diamond shines, turns up just once, then down 3 times. Okay, so I'm guessing there's going to be mini games, perhaps, and we've got to kind of... Maybe before we start working the lock, we'll try and think about what this stuff could mean in case there's like multiple choice options when you're lock picking. I don't know. I'm interested to find out. As I said, it's 10 hours into the game and we haven't actually done that yet. Okay, so there's an exit this way. I don't know if that goes just back to the map or anywhere. Oh, okay, no, to the docks specifically. Oh, here.
This place has everything. Oranges, coconuts, lemons, pears. Some of these fruits I've never seen before. Good evening, sir.
Evening. Get your fruit here. Pears and oranges, only 2 crowns. Lemons for 3. Coconuts for 5. Tell me what you're looking for.
I don't know, but we've got enough money. We may well buy one of each. Not that we seem to have the option.
You get many customers at night?
Oh, sure. You came from the central part of the wharf. I'm sure you saw how lively it is. Plenty of folk from the saloon come by, sucking on lemons and oranges before bed eases the hangover to come. That's what they say, anyway. Who am I to argue?
Maybe it's a vitamin C thing? I hadn't heard that.
What can you tell an out-of-towner about this city?
Watch your step round here. Many's a time I've seen visitors lose their way in the fog and take a plunge into the bay.
Do you know anything about the Jolly Good Club?
Sure, I deal with them from time to time. Can't tell you much more beyond their fruit-buying habits, though.
Would you happen to be familiar with Dr. Bennett Clark?
The scientist? I've heard his name, but I don't know much about the man.
I'll be off.
If you need fruit, you know where to find me. I'm open all night.
I mean, it's possible we'll need some. What if we try to give him the banana?
Sorry, I don't buy things.
Okay, fair enough. So who's this over here? It's like a ship captain, maybe.
Good evening.
Evening to you.
That boat yours?
Sure is. Easier to fish during the day, but sometimes I take folks for a sail. The price is right, of course.
And what is the right price for a ride?
Depends. A cruise around the bay will run you 20 crowns a head. If you had something specific in mind, we can negotiate.
I'd like to know about this city.
I end up having to do that for some reason. Not sure
There's
yet.
a reason they call it the mouth of the West. We get all kinds coming through here from other provinces and other nations. El Presidio's been growing like crazy. Can't wait to see where it goes.
Know anything about the Jolly Good Club?
Never heard of it. Sounds like it's for fancy types.
Ever heard of Dr. Bennett Clark?
Wasn't he the guy who blew up those people a few years back?
Yes, I suppose he was.
That's all I know about him. Sorry.
Thanks for the chat. Have a good night.
See you around.
I'm actually going to look at the diary, because did we write down the street names? Okay, Cedar Avenue between Gull and Hare Street. And someone else said it was in the north, so maybe we've got to sort of track it down a bit like that. But we could see what's up this way. Ah, okay, then exit. So, okay, so just for instance, I think, what if it's, could look something like this, couldn't it? So what if we go to like this intersection and just see what the streets here are? Boxwood and Finch, okay. What about over here? Boxwood and Dove. That's Boxwood. Boxwood's not one of the ones we're looking for, though, so what about up here? Dove and Elend, no. Gull. Okay, so Gull is going to be the vertical one then, and we're looking for... I'm going to have to look at the journal again.
Nothing remarkable here.
I think it's going to be along this row, yeah? Gull and Cedar?
Nothing remarkable here.
So it's going to be in this region somewhere. Cedar and
Nothing
Finch?
remarkable here. Nothing remarkable here.
Can't look at my journal here, unfortunately. So it's going to be on Cedar, between... Cedar's this one, Gull's this one.
This fancy building must be the Jolly Good Club.
Okay. Good, good. Alright, well, we'll drop in here then. There's an alley there. We'll knock on the front door first, though, I
The
guess.
sign of the Jolly Good Club.
Might go to the alley after we
May
get
I
refused
help
entry, which I'm sure we will.
Good evening. I was hoping you could tell me if Dr. Bennett Clark was here.
I'm afraid, madam, that I'm unable to provide information of that sort.
Don't suppose I could come inside and look?
Absolutely not. This is a members-only club.
And how does one become a member?
One must meet certain requirements. Quite frankly...
No women allowed, I bet you.
Do not. Good evening.
So much for the direct approach.
Elitist scum. There must be a way for us to get inside.
What we got round here? Kitchens?
Lots going on back here.
Establishments like this run on the sweat of the oppressed. Workers see much and are themselves overlooked. Perhaps one of these people might be able to help us.
I can see into the Jolly Good Club's kitchen. Not as fancy as I was expecting. Judging from its position under the window, and the fact that the cook keeps throwing things in it, I'd say this is a waste barrel.
Dig for treasure.
Mostly discarded food and scraps. Oh, this greasy rag might be useful.
Did she actually get it? Okay, she did. Fine.
Hello, sir.
I'm sorry I can't talk. I'm busy preparing dinner.
Amigo, surely you can spare a moment.
Hey, compadre, I didn't see you there. Wait, I've seen your face before. General Marquez?
In the flesh.
General, it's an honor. What brings you to El Presidio?
My companions and I are searching for someone. We tracked him to this club.
I see. I would love to help you, but I don't know any of the members by name.
How long have you worked here?
Nearly 10 years.
10 years? After such long, loyal service, I hope they compensate you well.
Why would they do that? Well, my pay is the same as the day I first set foot here.
Ah, my friend, please tell me a major Vespuccian city such as this one has a labor union to advocate for its workers.
Oh, I'm sure there must be one. Doesn't do anything for me, though.
Outrageous. This must change.
Foment
We will
rebellion
fund this
in the club.
union, and we will get you a membership.
We will?
Damn right we will.
General, what can I say? Your kindness knows no limits.
We must stand together, compadre.
Okay. Interesting. Maybe that's a way for us to get into the club, help this guy out.
Excuse me, ma'am.
What you want?
I was hoping to ask you some questions.
No English, sorry.
Danny, think you might help me out here?
你好，女士。
Oh, hello, young man. I didn't realize you were friends with this woman. Did you want something?
Do you work at this club?
I wash all the bedding and linens. Why do you ask?
We're trying to get inside.
Good luck. This club is for rich white men only.
We don't want to join. We just need a quick look around.
Ah, well, now that's different. I suppose I could help you with that, sneak you in through the employee door. But first, I will ask you a small favor.
What do you have in mind?
I have a contract with some people, and I'd like to get out of it.
What sort of people?
You don't live here, do you?
I used to when I was younger.
Then you know exactly what kind of people I mean.
Right. I'm not sure what we can do, but we could try.
Is it going to
Who's your
be like a
contract
loan
with?
type
The
thing?
Society of Open Arms.
And what's your name?
Mei Hui.
Okay. I'll see what we can do.
Thank you, young man. Good luck.
Well?
She can help us, but we need to do her a favor first. We need to get to Chinatown. Enebro Square Road between Finch and Gull. I'll explain everything on the way.
Finch and Gull. We actually know where those are. They're not that far away.
The sign says authorized personnel only.
Yeah, not much point knocking. We seem to have a couple of options for getting in, so...
Excuse me, sir, are you all... Oh god, that smell! Sorry. I mean...
Whatever the devil it is, I've got it bad. Save yourself and steer clear.
Can we help you in any way?
Just leave me be.
Okay. Alright, so Chinatown seems like the next place to go then. We don't know where the Labour Union is, for a start. So it said Gull and Finch, Enebro. So Gull and Finch are definitely around here. Gull, I think Finch was up? Maybe up again? Further down.
Nothing remarkable here.
This is Enebro.
Nothing remarkable here.
Does Enebro continue over here, I wonder? Does. Okay, but Gull and Finch are this way, so it's probably one of these streets.
Looks like I found Chinatown.
There we go. In any case, that's probably a good place to leave it for now before we sort of get into the next part of the game properly. But as I said, what I'll do is I'll spend sort of 5 or so minutes reading some of Harley's journal entries now, starting, let's go to the frontier, and we'll start at the beginning. Ooh. Wow, okay. That's quite a lot. Wow, wow, okay. Alright, well, we'll take it from here. Like I said, I'll read a few entries per episode, and hopefully between now and the end of the series, we'll sort of catch up to present day. But for anyone who doesn't want to listen to me read some journal entries, thanks very much for watching this far. If you enjoyed the video, if you could hit that like button, that'd be fantastic. Do leave a comment as well. Let me know what you think about the series so far. But let's go. So, aboard the WV Express. Boarded the 743 from Pierre, Lorraine for Rosewater, Western Vespuccia, sorry. No baggage to speak of in the literal or metaphorical sense. I don't own a thing worth weighing myself down with, just a little hope, and that doesn't take up much space. Much has been said about the western frontier, the perilous wilderness, the lawless towns, and the tough, hardened folk who make their way out here. Usually to get away from something worse. I suppose I'm about to become one of them myself. There's just one thing Rosewater's got that no place else has, an opportunity with my name on it. I'm in no great hurry, but I can see why anyone with the crowns to spare chooses air travel over rail nowadays. The thoughts in my head are running together like the landscape outside the window. Excitement and trepidation and boredom, mixing like the scrub and rocks and soil into one long blur. One thing I know, I am ready for a change of scene. So she says air travel, but in this universe, people kind of get around in like Zeppelin-type airships type things, don't they? Which I'm pretty sure wouldn't have been... when was the Hindenburg? Maybe that might have been 19th century, I'm not sure. But anyway, that's definitely like an alt history type thing, I think. The dusty streets of Rosewater. People are the same everywhere, rotten, grasping and two-faced. I've passed not 10 minutes in this town and already it feels like home. A couple of street kids take advantage of the deserted thoroughfare to waylay and fleece new arrivals, full in front of the sheriff's office no less. We never did meet the sheriff. A rascal by the name of Jem, self-styled town greeter, carries off a whole routine while his young confederate, none too skilled in technique nor yet hardened to this way of life, clumsily attempts to relieve the mark of valuables. The mark on this regrettable occasion being me. The distractor made himself scarce, and I eventually shooed the pickpocket away with a stern warning. I wonder if I'm too lenient. Perhaps it would have been a kindness to show the bumbling innocent just how wretched this path can be before he has travelled too far along it. I can't say a part of me didn't itch to. The old impulses are hard to resist. If some charitable soul had had the decency and consideration to black my eyes and break my bones at that tender age, once and for all frightening me back into the arms of virtue, what saner course might my life have followed? Officers of the Rosewater Post. This town does not lack for liveliness. I was at the point of presenting myself at the offices of the Rosewater Post when I was nearly flattened by a new Spanish fellow being hurled out of the second-story window onto the street below. No way to tell if the man was victim or villain, but he was hardly in a condition to cause further trouble either way. I fetched the local sawbones to see to him. The defenestrator turned out to be none other than my prospective employer, Editor-in-Chief Joan Gallagher, who takes no guff, stands on no formalities, and asks to be called Joni. Seems the man was some disgruntled reader taking issue with the latest issue. Yeah, so Joni issued him out of the window. The interview then proceeded as though nothing was amiss, and no hot breeze could be felt gusting through the jagged glass. I gave a brief account of myself, but it seems my writing sample itself was credit enough. I found Joni a very amiable fellow, And I don't say that about just anyone who gushes over my scribblings and offers me good paying work and a shot at a whole new kind of life. But you could have knocked me down with a feather when Joni pointed at me, right straight into my soul, and called me a name I haven't heard in a long, long time. Spitfire Harley. It must have been 15 years since I boxed under that moniker back in the Chum, but believe it or not, Joni was there to see it and moreover remembered me. I suppose I made an impression somehow, and not only in some poor bastard's face with my fists. But I got what I came here for. The arrangement is not yet permanent, but I have my first assignment. I am to collect an interview with an entertainer called Gentleman Jake, or Jake Ackerman, who's performing locally, and write an article showing him in the town in a flattering light. A puff piece, to put it plain. The show is at the Opera House, and he is to be found in the Jack of Diamonds saloon, though this town is small enough that I could like as not stand in the crossroads and yell Jake, and find him in earshot no matter his address. These are not exactly the literary endeavours I envisioned, but it is an actual job for actual money, so I will swallow my pride, lick my pen, and puff for all I'm worth. Which is about 45 crowns, it would seem. I'll do one more. Outside Rosewater Opera House. His brother, that jelly-fingered babe, was no random tag-along, but Jem's brother, his own blood, and the cretin just ditched him the instant things got dicey. That level of meanness even I can't comprehend. You have to look out for your little brother. You keep him safe, whatever it takes. Somehow I have stooped to the level of errand runner for this moral pustule of a person. Since our last encounter, he's undergone a rapid career ascent from town greeter to ticket taker, and now commands access to the one place I crave entry, the Opera House, where Gentleman Jake is soon to delight a sold-out audience whose number I am determined to join. For the favour of admittance, I have reluctantly agreed to undertake a matter of light burglary on Jem's behalf. He implores me to recover from the one-eyed scalawag Lola Johnson, evidently a drifter or transient of some persuasion, a stolen pocket watch once belonging to the boy's father and secreted somewhere in the abandoned smithy she's occupying. He let it slip that if I refused the deed, the little brother would attempt it himself in hopes of making good his earlier blunder, a cockamamie notion that would surely land the hapless child in the clink or worse. Soft touch that I am, I caved, if only for the boy's sake. Outside the abandoned smithy. Breaking into the smithy and finding the article was a trivial matter. Then I lingered too long and got myself caught. Miss Johnson is a formidable woman and no fool. I think I played it off, though. I doubt she'll be running to the sheriff in any event. What a hassle. This had better be one hell of a show. Alright, we'll read more about the... Oh, did we not write about the show itself? I guess we didn't, but we'll read more next time, and as I said, we'll do a few entries per episode and hopefully catch up to present day. But if you made it this far, thanks even more for watching. Again, if you could hit that like button, that'd be fantastic, as well as any comments. Always great to hear those. There's been some great discussion in the comments of each of the videos so far. And yeah, if you're watching this and haven't yet subscribed to the channel, if you could do that, that'd be amazing. So thanks very much, and I hope to see you next time. Bye for now.